It's a long way down. Come on up, carry on. We're right at the top here. At this level, once again, in terms of what you have to put up with in this type of building, you have to be careful of your head in this particular room. So this one I think is out of use at this moment. So this is one of the smallest classrooms, which is just used for one-to-one teaching and occasionally mainly for a mini group of 1 or 2 people, or 2 or 3 people. Do take. So on this floor you have this, which is one of the sort of, we've got quite a few of these, because they're sort of walk-through areas, it's not viable to have them as classrooms. So we adapt each area to sort of have a different usage. This one is a sort of little reference library with a lot of dictionaries and reference materials on this side, graded readers and some abridged novels over this side, and then basically here you've got mainly old textbooks which are no longer in regular use, they're past editions and so on, which students can just use for self-study because it's not going to clash with the main courses that they're following in the classroom or any of the materials teachers might be using. A few other books may be ones that teachers have naughtily sort of put there following on from lessons. Just PC computer internet centre for the student. This is the purely social computer suite. There's Wi-Fi throughout the whole building as well. There's 3 different Wi-Fi connections. One of the reasons we have to have that is if you look just behind where you're standing there at the thickness of the walls here, because of the age of the building, some of the walls are sort of this thick and the Wi-Fi doesn't travel well from one side of the building to the other. So basically we've got 3 separate connections through the building so that people can get connected wherever they are. There's also several hardwired laptop points in here, but as I say, this is only for social use of internet and email in here. Probably 50% of the students bring their own laptops these days, and then there's a computer study area which you'll see in a moment downstairs. But third course here in the house? Yeah. One of the problems that one has about having a historical building, a listed building, is that you're not allowed to build anything within 5 metres of it. And unfortunately, if you see the area we've got here, to try to get 5 metres away to create any permanent structure for smokers is an absolute impossibility, because it would be right at the back of the terrace over here. So our solution was to create this, which basically provides a nice accessible covered area for smokers to use during the winter. They can of course smoke on the terrace up here, and up in this area in the summer, as you can imagine, we have tables laid out here, and you can see the remains of the flower baskets at the end of the rather cold, unpleasant winter that we've had. But basically, we have 4 tables out here with a total of about sort of 30 chairs, and because, as you can see, the sun's just coming round in the afternoons, this becomes one of the main sort of social areas of the school, and it's extremely pleasant out here. It catches a lot of afternoon sun in summer.
Yugoslavia. Oh yeah.
We weren't happy about the idea of without windows. It was such a nice spacious area. We decided decided to create this guided study centre down here, which has listening centre, it has computers for online access and loaded with software for self-study, etc. And when the guided study centre is open, there is a teacher on duty actually assisting students. This is Jane, Director of Studies, just with somebody at the moment. But you can see, I mean, if you look in the rooms, there's at least sort of 8 or 10 people in here. It is well used, partly because of the fact that the facilities are good. We do have a very wide range of listening materials which people can use here, and because I think it's just quite a pleasant place to be. One of the nice things here is that it's a constant temperature throughout the year. So it's this temperature in winter, but it's a very similar temperature in summer, so it's actually quite cool, pleasant place to come in the summer. But being such a sort of dry and sort of based on past experience, we have found that the 18 to 20 age group is basically the age group which probably is the most socially demanding in terms of the wanting more to do in the evenings than Shrewsbury has to offer. And so basically we deliberately limit the junior courses to an absolute maximum of 18 years and then minimum age 21 from here. We actually came very close 2 or 3 years ago to setting up a centre specifically really as a lower level centre for 18 to 22-year-olds, predominantly for people doing IELTS. But we felt that, you know, sort of when we analysed it and we looked at all the feedback forms from the youngest adult students, it was the fact that there is not enough social life in Shrewsbury through the week to actually satisfy that age group. So no, the answer is basically up to 18 at the junior centre, 21 upwards here. In between, go to Brighton.